Yeah, I am just start recording it. Okay, so as I showed you, basically you need to understand the license type. So Salesforce license is the highest license, which will have all the permission in Salesforce. Full permission, I would say. Okay, so full permissions. The second most less license is Salesforce platform. Yeah, it's a very important to understand the difference. And there is another one more license, force.com free license. This is also paid, it's not a free. Force.com free. And the force.com platform and community, partner community, employee community, these are all less success. Basically partner community, employee community, customer community, and these are all very less cost. And within the customer community, they do have a customer community plus login, and they do have a customer community plus login, member based. So login based and member based. So login based means unique login for each users. Member based means they will give a bulk login basically. So sorry, member based means each
Mhm.
member they need to have a individual login. Login based means they will sell 40,000 logins per month, or 80,000 login per month, or like, yeah, bundle, like a 20,000 is a one bundle, you can go and buy it. One bundle cost itself like I think $5, something very cheap. So most of the educational institute are like a, because we don't want a dedicated license for individual user. They may log in like a not frequently, they're not going to log in all the time, right? Maybe they log in one time and they're not going to use it for weekly, like maybe next week they will log in one time. So those kind of scenarios, we can go for a login based licenses, so that you can save a lot of cost.
So, which means same credentials for multiple users in the
No, not
same.
not the same credential. The credential will be different, but
Uh-huh.
the usage will be calculated based on the login.
Okay.
So number of logins. So same person, if you log in 10 times, means it will count 10 logins.
Okay.
So single person, he logged into a Salesforce 10 times per day, means the count will be 10. So you can purchase monthly. Okay, we know the volume, the company know the volume, right? Like a monthly we can use like this much. Not for
Mm-hmm.
internal employee, basically this one. So this is for customers. So if they have a
Mm-hmm.
large volume of customer, let's say 1 lakhs customers, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
100K customers, they cannot go and buy a Salesforce license. Otherwise, like all their revenue goes to Salesforce only.
Yeah.
So for those kind of things, they can go for a customer community plus login based. They can give you access to the customer whenever they need, they can access it. Not all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the cost will be very less. So 20,000 logins, I think $5, something like a 5 pence, something like that. So it's very cheap. Okay, so these are all the different type of licenses, which we will go through it in detail. Okay, so during the security model, like we will go through the individual licenses and then we can see the details. Okay, now let's go back to the company informations. Yeah, now you got the user license, right? Number of count. So there is a total count, used count, remaining count.
Yep.
And here is the permission sets. So additional permission sets based on the licenses, you will get a permission sets also. Or you can go and create like a, this is the permission set licenses. So depends on the number of license, how many licenses you purchased, accordingly you will get it. If you purchased any analytics licenses, you will get analytics cloud permissions. B2B, this is for marketing. So CRM users, this is the main CRM users. So one is used, they given only one, I believe. And future licenses, again, depends on the Salesforce licenses, you will get it like a CR, marketing cloud 2. And Apex mobile user, based on the platform licenses 3. Offline licenses 2. Knowledge licenses 2. Because CRM we have only 2. Like the Salesforce license, we have only 2. So the future license mainly for CRM based. Okay, and as I mentioned, like a login based, you will see here API request limit per month. This much allowed. This is for the developer org, but if it's a original org, yeah, you will get a plenty of request. And maximum maximum next best actions. So this many. So these are all the usage. You can see it within the company informations. And if you want to see the storage informations, how many records we stored, like what is the storage details. So simply you can search for a storage usage. You will see data storage how much.
Only 5 MB.
This is the developer arc, right? Only 5 MB, yes, only 5 MB. So if it's a paid arg, you will get a 10 GB. But again, the 5 MB will store lakhs of records. The 5 MB will store the 1 lakhs of records. So at the moment, opportunity, how many we have?
31 opportunities.
31 opportunity, 26 cases. And employee, how many? We have 16 employee now. So like that, it will store. So far, we used how many percentage?
9.
But still we have, because of the developer arg, they give a 5 MB. But if it's a original purchased arguments, they are giving like a 10 GB. Again, the 10 GB is the default size. If you depends on the logins, how many login you purchased. One login, they are giving the 10 GB. Now, if you purchased 100 Salesforce license, so they will multiply. They will multiply the storage also. Each user will get a default some storage. They will multiply and it will go beyond like a 15 GB, 20 GB like that. It will increase based on your users. And the file storage, how much?
20 meg.
Yeah, but in the original arg, you will get 100 GB, 100 gigabytes by default, and depends on the user, it will increase. Again, if you want, yes, you can go and purchase it, but again, it's expensive in Salesforce. It's very, very expensive. File storage, okay, at least manageable. Data storage, if you go and buy, it's too expensive. Okay. So this is for storage. Now I will go back to the company settings. So on the company information, now you see here, you can edit the company details, the company name, the company address, the company local settings. This is the default local settings based on your language, based on your time zone. You can go and set it up. And this date value accurate for DST because of the daylight saving, right? Because of that, like the time will be a difference for 1 hour. So Salesforce will change automatically if you check the checkbox. Then currency. What is your default currency? If you have a multi-currency, you can enable the multi-currency also. Yeah, multi-currency means more than one currency. The one which I showed you, the client, we enabled a multi-currency and they're using like a USD, AED, and INR. Then Salesforce newsletters. This is again translation settings. If they have a different languages, they can go and use the translation settings. Then, do you would like to use the newsletter from Salesforce? Users receive the Salesforce newsletter. Yes means check it. User receive the Salesforce admin newsletters. Check it. And login notification about the system maintenance, about the system downtime. So you can see it. So this is on the edit mode. Now, if I go back to the detail mode, see here on the detail mode, you have a licenses, all these related lists basically, and there is a instance. So sometimes, like if some of the services is not working, maybe like there will be a during the upgrades, maybe they put like a downtime. So just 2 to 3 minutes on a specific services, not the functionality. Some of the services you can go and access Salesforce. There is no issues. But in the backend, there are some of the services they will put a downtime for 1 or 2 minutes. So where you can see that. So basically, if you go to the status.salesforce.com. And not only that, if you want to see like this release, the new release available at what time and when it's available, so you can see it. So Now if I go for what is our org? This is UM6. So if I search for UM6, so this is the org, and you can see like what is the status of this server. At the moment it's available, and the core service is running, search service is running, analytics service is running, live agent is running, like yeah, all these services at the moment are running without any issues. And if you want to see the releases, now on February 2021, on 1st of February, these services they are releasing Sprint 21 features preparation notice. Basically, they are sending to this org, and the Sprint 21 major release going into this org. But there is no downtime, nothing. Just they are releasing it. So you can see all the features, like at what time like they are upgrading into in your org. Accordingly, you can plan for it. So let's say, for example, I am not sure like how many of you guys used Salesforce previously. Again, maybe Dhanalakshmi used Salesforce, right? And even Manjunath. So previously, to design an email template for us, like it will take more time. So either you have to, again, we cannot build a nice email template using Salesforce. Now, the winter 21st, in that release, Salesforce provide Lightning email builder. So using the email builder, you can go and build a fantastic email template, which I will show you like during the email template design, not now. So it's fantastic. Basically, like you don't want to write any single line of code now these days. Previously, if you need like a nice look and feel template, you have to use HTML code and you have to design it very nicely. But now after winter 21 release, we get like a builder. You can go and again drag and drop builders. So image drag and drop, HTML area drag and drop, rich text drag and drop, and go and customize it. So you don't need to write any coding. Like you can build a very nice email template. So those are all the features. You don't know when it's available, right? So for that, Salesforce put like a trust.salesforce.com. This is the site where you can go and check like at what time the new feature is available and if there is any maintenance. And also, if you want to see all the org, how many servers are there in Salesforce, you will see these are all the total servers currently up and running in Salesforce. Total servers actually. Again, each server, this one server, they may have like a more than 40,000 customers, companies. So each servers. So they have at the moment 3 regions: EMA, Americas, EMEA, and Asia Pacific. So each regions, they have a different servers. So CS means basically sandboxes, and NA is the main servers. So if I click on this, but again, you cannot see like how many customers are there in the this particular server. So server means, you know, right? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So each server may have like a more than 20,000 employees, 20,000 customers, and each customer they have like their. Now I showed you the client, right? That client just a one customer for Salesforce. So they hosted like on a specific on server, and similar like that, they have thousands of customer on individual each servers. So total server is, I think, yeah, I didn't count it. Like you can see it how many currently this many servers up and running. Okay, and we don't know like even myself, I do have more than 50 developer org, which is currently I'm maintaining it. So okay, that is the one. So yeah, so that's all for the company informations. The next topic will be business hours. So you can go and set up the company business hours. So let's say company start working from Monday 9 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. So you can configure that. So if I go for new business hours, testing one, already testing is that. So if you want to activate, you can activate it. Use business hours as the default. If you want to use this business hour as default, you can check it out. Based on what is your time zone, you can set it up the time zone. GMT 0, right? Where is mine? Yeah. GMT Greenwich. And Monday 9 to evening 17 is a 5, right? 17. So you can set it up like this. Saturday, Sunday, instead of 24 hours, you can set up like a 00 to 00, or you can put a full hour, but you can go and configure the holidays. Saturday, Sunday, you can make it as holidays. Again, to create a new holiday, just go to the holiday year over here. You'll see here. And you can create a new holiday. Already I created a Saturday, Sunday. So now let's say bank holiday.
December 25 Christmas. Input
Yeah, whatever it is, like a bank holidays, not a specific date, recurring holidays, all day. See, if you want a weekly Saturday, Sunday off, you can select a Saturday, Sunday, and then you can set up the Saturday, Sunday holidays. But we don't know like at the bank day, right? So on every month, you can go and configure it, or every year, so and so day is the bank holiday. You can go and set it up. Same way like a December 25th, right? Like a December 25th. Every year, December 25th. You can put holidays, Christmas holidays, yeah. So like this, you can set it up. This is just a sample. And you can assign this business, the holiday, into a specific business hours, so that whenever like somebody called, let's assume using the Salesforce, they configured the telephonic CTA integrations. Now some customer called on a holiday, means again automatically they will get a default response saying that like the company has been closed so and so date, please call back on so and so timing, like that. You will put a voice message and the system will recognize if the company is holiday. Yeah, so like that you can go on to configure the organization business hours. The next one is calendar settings, which is
sorry to interrupt. Before
yeah,
that, you are just given information, our name and instance name. That is a default given by Salesforce, or else it has
it's
been given by us.
no, it's default generated by Salesforce. Whenever if you create a org, or whenever if you purchase the org from Salesforce, it's generated by system basically.
Okay.
Even Salesforce also, they're not going to decide, like it depends on your organization, depends on your region, the system will automatically identify and it will generate the ID and it will give you the instance.
Okay. But the thing is, you are given some, you are shown like example as a client ID.
Yeah,
In that, it's given as something as a name. But the thing is, what you are given from, for example, you are given, you are showing, right? That is numbers and alphabets is available. But the thing is, in the person, in the client ID, it's something like a name is available. I
company,
think
this
so.
here is the name, organization name is here.
Okay.
This is the ID, like unique identifier. Basically, each company, see what happen if you are registering with the same Lightful.
Okay.
You also having Lightful, I am also having Lightful. What will happen whenever if you go and register in the Salesforce, your company name also Lightful, my company name also Lightful. Then
Okay.
how the Salesforce will differentiate both companies based on the ID.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
So ID is the primary key over here to differentiate it.
Okay. So that will be different from all the users, right?
Different from all the companies, not the users.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
So within a company, each user will have a unique ID. That is also will be there. Like, so if you look at the Salesforce, so let's go back to the Excel sheet. So if you look at from the Salesforce side, because Salesforce dealing with the company, so each company will have a company ID, basically org ID. NIES companies. So companies will have a org ID. So each company will have a org ID. Same way, each company can have how many users? Maybe like 100, 500 user, right? Maybe let's say 100 user. Each user, there will be a user ID. This is user ID is specific to the company. Okay, user ID is specific to the company, and org ID is to the Salesforce. So org ID means, let's say your company, my company, and other person company, like like that. That is a company ID. And within one company, like let's assume like a TCS. Okay, so TCS is the one of the company. I will put it here. Yeah, so like touching on company, something like this. Each company will have org ID. So Salesforce will identify the company based on this org ID. But now if you take a consider TCS, so TCS will have maybe 1,000 user or 100 users. So each user will have a unique user ID. So here, like if you look at the Salesforce side, company is their main key, reference key for each company. The org ID is the primary key for each company. But you are the administrator on a TCS. At the time, if you want to identify the users, you can go for a user ID. And also you can use user ID and username also unique. I would say username. Username across all the org, including CTS, TCS, TCTS, like all the companies, the username will be unique. You cannot use the same username for other companies. So, is it clear?
Okay, it's clear. Thanks. Amit.
What about others? Hello? Any questions?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back again. Okay. Now the next one is calendar settings, which is public calendar. So what you can do, see here, I already created one company calendar. So each and individual person will have their own calendar that can be synchronized with their Outlook. So if I go for a calendar, now I logged as a Sambat Arjunan. This is now my calendar. See here, last time we put like some meeting, right? So you can see like my calendar meetings. And also, if I have a company calendar, how I access that? How I will access my company calendar? See here, there is a other calendar options, and you can add other calendars. So here you can search for a company calendar, public calendar, which is company calendar. Already I have access to this because already I added over here. Now, if I want to see the company updates, I can see over here. So if there are any event from the company sides here, this is now company meeting. This color will be the company. Even I am going to change company color like this. This is my user calendar color. So I'm going to change the color like this for user calendar. Yeah, this is only shown to me actually. So anyway, so this color is my event and this one is company event. I changed it, the color. So same way from your company, if you want to configure the public calendar, yes, you can go on to configure. Now I have a company calendar. I will create a new one more company calendar. I will say like one or company business calendar or sales calendar. Make sure active. I'm going to assign this one for only sales people, not any other people. So share it with. You can create a public group. You can put all the sales user into a group and assign that group to this calendar. Or if you want to give it to all internal users, you can assign to that. See, you can go for a public group or role and subordinates or specific users. Right. So you can use it. So now I assign to all the internal users. Now the users can go and add this calendar into their home page. So like if I go for my calendar, over here. And now search for add another calendar, which is public calendar, company sales calendar, add it. And I'm going to change the color to green color. If there are some event in this calendar, means it will appear over here. Okay. So now again, while sharing the calendar, you will see there is options. Hide detail. Hide detail means, if I say hide detail means users, they cannot see this detail. They cannot see this detail basically. The detail itself is not visible. Then there is no use of creating a calendar actually, if you ask me. Okay, so hide detail. Hide detail and add events. So hide detail, add event means, see why I'm explaining this one means, I think there will be a exam questions. So what are the options available while sharing the calendar? These are all the different actions. So hide means the users, they cannot see the event. Hide detail, add events. Hide detail, add event means they cannot see the events, but they can go and create a new events basically. The new event button available. Let's say like as a user, I can go and create a company sales event. Sales call with customer, something like, yeah, online. And if you want to invite like anybody, you can go and include like all the contact, or like, yeah, you can invite the contacts, save. When did I put? $28 today. Yeah, edit. I put 1 hour. So now if I go for a calendar, see here. Yeah. So, but the user will have an option to add the events. If you put that, show detail means the detail is visible, but they cannot get any of these options because I am the administrator. That's why I'm getting it. But the user, they cannot see anything. Show detail means they can see the detail. That's it. They can click on it and they can see the detail. Then show detail, add events. They can go and add an event as well. And the next final option is full access. So full access means they can add and they can remove, they can edit, they can delete. So this particular event, they can add, edit, delete, like they can do, and they can share it with other user also. They'll get a full permissions for this calendar. So they can delete it, edit it, like, yeah, they can add an attachments. They will get a full access basically. So like that, you can share the calendar to any users. Okay, so that is for public calendar and resources. The next one is critical updates. So critical update means, so again, this is for Salesforce. So whenever they are giving any new releases, they will intimate you, this release, so and so date, it will activate from your systems. So accordingly, you can plan for it. They will give you. See here, you can see like need actions. What are the critical update? You need actions. Maybe you need to go and activate it. And something going to be due soon, or overdue, or archived, completed. Even if you're not activating, system will go and activate automatically. So see, enforced in 20, patch 17, like it's automatically enforced, activated. Otherwise, like you can go and take like, yeah, what is the new features, and because of this, what we will get it. So you can go and analyze it and you can activate that. So up to us, like you can see all the information on the critical update areas. Previously it was here only. Now they come up with a new design basically. This design is nice design. So new need actions and, yeah, overdue, archived, everything. And the data protection and the privacy policy. This is especially they enforced for a specific region. So especially like US and UK, they come up with like what is that law? There is a law like they cannot share the without consent. They cannot share your information to any other organizations. Because of that, they bring this concept.
GPDR, right?
So that's right. So because of this, Salesforce introduced it. Now anybody from your Salesforce, your customers or your contact, if they opted out, the system will automatically remove all these communications basically. So they come up with like this one. This is only for standard object like individuals, lead, contact, and person account, not any other objects. This is applicable only on standard objects. This feature. And fiscal year. Again, some of the company they start the fiscal year from March to next year March. Some of the company January to January. Some of the company like maybe different July to July. Yeah. So you can go and set up your fiscal year. But by default, Salesforce use standard fiscal year. If you are using the standard fiscal year, there is no use. But once if you start configured it, so let's say like I already created one custom fiscal year. So once if you start configure the fiscal year, every year you need to go and configure the new years. So let's say like for 2021. So this is, see, this fiscal year 21 and it will end 23/11 of 21. So start date is 20/11 of 20 and 23/11 of 23. Just I put like example for this one. Now, if you are creating a new one, how do you want? 4 quarters per year, basically 13 weeks, or 13 periods, or 12 months. So now if I go for a first options, start of the fiscal year, January 2021, or maybe March, April, May, June. So let's assume like a June 1st. And fiscal year date is 2022. Week start date, Monday. And you will see first quarter. This is the first period, like first quarter, first period, first week, 7 days, or only 5 days, right? So you can go and set it up to you. So 1/6 to 5/6, and here also 5 days. So 6/6 to 10/6, like the start date end date will calculate automatically based on the number of weeks. You can go and configure the fiscal year basically. But one issue in the custom fiscal year is every year you have to configure it. Otherwise, Salesforce doesn't understand the system issue. Okay, because already I have like a physical years. This physical years overlapping the previous physical year. So we have to be very clever. So I will cancel it. But if you didn't configure the standard like a custom physical year, Salesforce will use the standard physical year basically January to December is the one full year. So your company starting physical year is January and ending is December, like the financial closing date is December. Like you can go ahead with the same, so that you don't want to worry about like any dates or anything. This is mainly for forecast. So if you are using report and forecast, there will be impact, because in report we will go and put the filter conditions. Give me all the customers last year or 1 quarter or 2